Hello everyone, welcome to my Mystery Monday video today. It's Christine from Christine's Stamping Spot. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Alberta, Canada, and thank you very much for tuning in today, whether it's on my Facebook page or on my YouTube channel. Great to have you join in today. So today we're going to take a look at this charming duck pond bundle. And if you're looking for it, it is on page 45 of our new annual catalog. And it's actually part of a suite, the Lily Pond Lane suite. And when I first saw this, I don't know, something just drew me to this particular suite. Maybe it was the cuteness of it, or just the colors. I don't know what it was, but I thought this was really, really adorable. So these are the different components. You've got the bundle, so the stamp set and the dies. We have some adhesive backed dappled dots, which look like this, if you can see that through the shiny paper. So you've got a little bit of a design in there. I don't know if you can see that. And then it has some really fun 6x6 designer series paper. So I'll show you that. This is the stamp set with the greetings. These are the dies. So you get some great dies in here, lots of pieces. And this is the really fun 6x6 paper. So it's 48 sheets, so you get 4 of each of these pages. I just sort of pulled out the individual ones so you could see front and back. So here you've got some cute little ducks, really nice backgrounds as well. Some really cute lily pads, florals on the back, mama with her ducks, gingham on the back, some more ducks with babies. Very subtle pattern there. Some koi fish, I guess you would call them, with some of our new peach pie. There's our little frog on his lily pad, and some more peach pie stripes. This one is really nice. It just does all the work for you with the background there. And you could sort of size that down for a card front or on a scrapbook page. I think that's really cute. And you've got some more koi on the back. And you've got your little family going for a swim. Some more of sort of the reeds there, I guess. Some more ducks, some more pinks, some reeds, some grays, mama and her babies in the pond, some more peach pie, and some flowers and a background. So the colors that are actually in here, there aren't that many. You've got a balmy blue, granny apple green, gray granite, peach pie, which is our new in color, pretty peacock, and pretty in pink, which is also a new in color or returning color that we used to have in our palette. So really fun designer paper. Okay, so I'm going to show you the project. It is this one. I just thought it was cute. I like these little ducks, the mama with her babies, and we're going to use some of the dies, and really the designer paper is doing the bulk and most of the work for us here on this card. Okay, so let's get started. So where did I put my pieces? Here we are. Okay, so I'll kind of show you how I put these together. So we're starting with a piece of Pretty Peacock, which is one of the colors in the designer paper. So our usual 8.5 by 5.5, and I will post these measurements on the post. Okay, so we're going to set this aside for a minute. And then I pulled out a piece of this designer series paper. Now it's got the little ducks on the back, but I wanted this as the background here, as you can see. Okay, so to cut the circle, there is a die in here in the stamps, in the bundle, sorry, that looks like this. Okay, so what I did was I cut this designer paper down to 5 1/4 by 4. And then I laid this on top, this particular die, where I wanted it to go, okay? And when it came out like this. So it cut out the reeds here and my circle, and a little bit of other sort of imagery down here. Okay, so this die did that work for us, which is great. So then what I needed was a background here. Now there are lots of stamps that you could stamp your own background if you wanted, kind of a two-step stamp. You got little frogs here too, which are adorable, and little baby ducks. But I just chose a piece of that designer paper, and I cut it down to 3.5 by 3.5 and made it sort of, when I was cutting, I kind of looked at it and decided which part of it I really wanted to show, and that was the mama and her baby. So I kind of adjusted my cutting around there, but it ended up being a 3.5 by 3.5 square. So what we're going to do is just adhere this on the back of this designer paper. So I'm just going to put some adhesive random around the edge here. And I cut it so it won't, it shouldn't anyway show on the outsides of this layer. So then I'm just going to take this and put it down kind of where I wanted my ducks to show, and just give it a little press here. Okay, so there is our background. Easy peasy, really, really cute. Okay, let me get out my silicone mat here just because it's a little bit sticky. Okay, so now we want to add some of that greenery back. Now this is cut out, but I wanted to make them green, right? And add a few lilies and flowers on there. So I went back to the dies and I cut out, now I've got them here. I cut out some of the leaves here. Okay, so these we are going to attach. Now they probably, like our cattails would line up atop of each other, probably. This one maybe not so much, and that's okay. I'm fine if they're sort of offset. They're actually the same. It's actually this die here that I used. And what it is when you run it through your machine, even though it's one die, it cuts out two identical pieces. That's why this one doesn't quite line up. I don't know if you were to, no, even reversing it wouldn't help. But that's okay. This one I will line up when I need to, and this one I will decide how I want this to look. Okay, now I wanted some of those cattails on the end. So what I did again is I took, there isn't a separate die just for the cattails that I can see. I mean, there are these little ones on this die I could have used, but there is on this big circle right here. So all I did was I took a piece of that peach pie cardstock, and I just sort of cut out where I wanted, you know, the cattails to jump out here. And so they are, where's my, what did I do with my greenery now? I just, oh, it was on top of here. Okay, so I'm going to set these here for a minute. So the cattails that I cut out here, I'm just going to snip them off, and I'm going to use these 4 and just adhere them on top of the reeds. Okay, so just cut off the four little ones here. And you could use less paper than I did. I kind of overestimated how much I needed, clearly. But okay, so I have these 4 little reed pieces. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add some Tombow glue on the back, and then I'm just going to stick them on top of there. Okay, so I'll just add a teeny bit of glue on the back, and then just put them on top here. Now with the glue, you've got a little bit of wiggle room, right? So you can kind of adjust that as you need it. Okay, let's put a little bit more here too on the second one. And we'll line that up there. Okay, so there's the cattails on the one. Just kind of gives it a little extra color. Okay, let's do this one here. I'll put this here. There's probably different ways you could, do these pieces. But this was kind of what works for me. Okay, so let's put this one here on top of our last one, and we'll just slide that into place. Oop, kind of like so. All right, okay, so now we have our little cattails attached, right? So now we can attach these reeds on top of our card base here, our layer. So I did put an adhesive sheet on the back. I just thought with me and glue, it was gonna go everywhere. So I'm just gonna peel off this adhesive sheet. I kind of had some little pieces. When you cut your adhesive sheets for something, they don't always cut per, the whole sheet, always have some leftover little pieces. So that's what I put on here. And sometimes it's just going to take a little more effort to get them off because they're all in little pieces instead of one nice solid sheet. But it's a good way to use up your little scraps of adhesive sheets, right? Okay, so this one, let's see if we can get this sort of lined up here on our little die. And they are adhesive, so they are going to stick pretty good. They do have a little bit of give to them though, but if you would prefer to use Tombow, you can definitely do that. And this one maybe isn't quite 100%, but that's okay. I'm not too worried if some of it is still going to show. That's okay. So I'm just going to press this down a little. Okay, so there's our first one. And then the second one, I already know it's not going to line up with these cattails. Maybe this one would, but then I'm covering my little ducks. So I think I'm just going to sort of guesstimate where I want this. I might even put it a little bit to the side like I did on my sample. So let's peel this adhesive sheet off. Oh, this was a full one. Perfect. Okay. So this piece, I think I'm just going to sort of put a little bit off to the side like this. Okay. And just sort of gently press that down. So that looks all right. Okay, so then I'm going to add a little bit of greenery still down here and some of the little lilies here. So I did pre-cut some of these pieces. So this is one of the dies. It actually is this one. It's 3, but one of them cuts out as a single piece, and these 2 are attached. So you can decide how many of these do you want. There's no right or wrong. Some I put adhesive sheets, some I did not. So let's just sort of use these up here. It's total preference what you like. A lot of people love the Tombow because it does have that little bit of give. When you're putting it down, in case it's not quite placed in the right spot, you've got a little bit of extra room there to finagle it where you want it. Always makes my fingers super sticky, and then everything sticks to my fingers. It's crazy. Okay, so let's cover this stem with this one here. I hope I'm doing this in camera. I apologize. And then I have a little single one that I'm just going to add. I don't have to. I could just leave it like that. But let's add another one because I have it. Let's see if I can get this adhesive sheet off here. Take your pick. Perfect tool for that. Okay, so let's put this one sort of here. Oh, this leaf is kind of getting covered, so let's just put that on top. Okay, so then I have some flowers that are going to match this. So this is the new peach pie in color that we have. This little guy is really sticking up there, but that's okay. All right, so I cut, we've got a couple. So we've got these large ones that will cut 2 out at once. And then where was my other one? These are the littler, the smaller lilies. They also cut out 2 at once. So you could do those on adhesive sheets if you wanted. I think I am actually, for this one, the other ones I put straight down with Tombow, but these ones, you know, I think I'm going to see if we can do it with a tiny dimensional. I don't know if it will be too big, but let's see. I think for the larger one, it should work. So we'll put a large one here. So it does pop up a little. That's not so bad. That's kind of cute. And we'll put another large one. Let's put the other large one again here. I'm kind of copying my sample. And then the third, now these you could add as few or as little or none, whatever you want to do. And you could switch up the colors too. You could make them that pretty and pink as well. Those would be lovely, because that is also one of the colors. You've got some of them peeking out of the designer paper there. So that would be cute too. And then I've got a couple of small ones. Now this, is that gonna work or is that gonna be too big? Let's see, I think we can make it work. Oh, I think we can make it work. Oh yeah, just, wow. That is making your die just the right size, isn't it? So it doesn't show our dimensional, our mini at the back. Wow, I always say we should get mini dimensionals for those really tiny little pieces, but this one surprised me. I thought it was maybe going to be a little bit too big, but it's great. Okay, so let's put this on the last lily pad here. There, how's that looking? Not too bad, hey? I like it. Okay, so now let's put this on top of our base. Oh, I'm just gonna close my glue here. Okay, so we'll just put some adhesive around the edge here. I think I got most of it. Okay. All right, so let's put it on top of our pretty peacock. Just give that a little press around the edges there. And then our greetings. So from the stamp set, let me just put this back together and I can show you the cute little greetings in here because there are some really cute ones, all occasion ones. So we have You Make Me Happy. I think that's a really sweet one with the ducks. Happy birthday, hello friend, and have a lovely day. I think that's a way to really brighten somebody's day. These little ducks are just so stinking cute. Okay, so I'm gonna put some dimensionals on the back of my greeting. Of course, you can probably see I tried to stamp and didn't quite go like I wanted, so I redid it. And I cut this out with a Stylish Shapes dies, but there could be some other dies that you like. And I'm just gonna pop this one up with some minis. Put this down here. Oh, that covers my lily a little bit. Let's maybe see if we can move it down a tad, like so, just below. And there you go. Now we do have those embellishments, but you know what? I think I'm not going to put them on. I think there's a lot of little detail here with the cattails and the lilies and the lily pads and everything. And I don't think it really needs some embellishing. But if you like, you can certainly put some on if you want to give it a little bit extra little something sparkly or something to grab your attention. But I kind of like these the way they are. Yeah. So I hope you like that video. a great card if you know, don't want to do a ton of stamping. There is some extra die cutting to do, but you could, you know, spend some time just cutting out a bunch of little pieces and then have them ready to go for whenever you're ready to put one together. And switch up the colors too. There's so many different possibilities that you could use. So I hope you enjoyed that project and have a great week. We will see you next time. Bye for now.